Let's talk about walking baseball. Walking baseball is a drill where you actually will take one bumper or two bumpers and you will walk around an area, sit your dog down, throw the bumper, cast them to it. Now, I like to start with one bumper and I'll sit the dog in front of me. This is a really good drill to start before you actually even start tee drills, so they get familiar with casting. But sit the dog down, throw the bumper, back up a little bit, blow the whistle, make sure they're looking at you before you cast them, and then cast them. Comes back, sitting down where you are. You're going to throw a back this time, maybe work on a right back, maybe a left back. He comes back to you where you are, you sit him down. You turn this way, you throw it there, you back up, you give him a left, over. So the nice thing about this is basically you're throwing a mark and casting to it. So the dogs are going to want to go to it. It's a really good way to start the casting in the first place. Once they're doing that, then let's say I'll get 2 or 3 casts right here, and then I'll move down 50 yards. Maybe I'll throw it in the lake behind them and give them a back into the lake. Comes back, sit them down, and then I'll turn sideways. I'll throw a bumper into the lake and I'll walk off 20 yards and I'll cast them into the lake. You can also toss a bumper into the lake, walk off 50 yards, sitting down. You walk off another 50 yards and then you cast him back and he runs back to the lake. You finish up this area and you move to another area and you just keep moving around. Start with one bumper, and when they're really taking their cast and feeling really good about it, then we'll go to 2 bumpers, but I don't rush the 2 bumpers. At that point, you throw a bumper. You throw a second bumper, maybe opposite direction, or maybe over his head. Here's the key on this one. They're going to want to probably go to the last one thrown, but you're going to cast them away from the last one thrown. And so then they have to remember it. And they come back and maybe you turn them sideways, throw one back over this direction, but you cast them to the one that's on the ground already. So you're always casting them away from the bumper you just threw. That's classic walking baseball, a 2 bumper. But I personally, I love just a single bumper, particularly if you've got a cast that you're having problems with. Maybe it's a left back and they get hung up and they keep wanting to spin right or go over on the left or something. Then I can just go out in an afternoon, or maybe we do some other things. We wrap the session up by going out and doing 10 or 15 left backs into different types of cover, into lakes. There's no end in sight what you can do with it. Great drill, particularly if you're it's great for introducing casting, and it's also great for working on a cast that you're having trouble with. And it's also great if you're wrapping the session up and you got an extra 5 minutes. Just go do some walking baseball. The dogs love it. And it's just a fun, no pressure type drill.